What's up, bud?
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got my cup of coffee. Boom.
I I'm without coffee today.
Thane's coffee. Oh man, what a bummer.
I'm sans coffee for coffee talk. I
No,
apologize.
that's all right. We can still talk.
I'll pretend.
Oh, that looked good. All right. I couldn't even tell.
You have to
So
hold it with two hands, like they
two
do in
hands. Yeah, that's
the
it's so
Cocoa
warm.
commercials.
It's
There you go.
warm. It just makes you feel good, you know.
It's-
Mm.
Oh, hey, you got the memo. Blue T-shirt. I'm glad you got the memo.
Yes, blue T-shirt Thursday. That's a
Yes.
new hashtag we're starting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag blue T-shirt Thursday. So,
Whatever that means.
so let's talk about something that most runners never really think about or do or talk about.
Okay.
Um, I was sitting on the couch yesterday. I'm like, I got coffee talk with Mike. What, Christine? You got any ideas? And she said, upper body strength for runners. Like that? How can I look like that, Mike? Jeez Louise. Um, no, you do have permits for those, right?
What's that?
You did get like permits for those guns, or
You don't need them for those.
no? But no, I thought so. Like we talk a little bit about upper body strength, why it's important,
Yep.
what kind of like exercises and muscle groups runners specifically should focus on in the top half of their body. You know,
All right.
so
So where should I begin?
let's go. Just like why is upper body strength important for runners?
All right. So, depending on who you talk to, there's a few different reasons.
Mhm.
Um, we're going to talk upper body is like just upper trunk, not just arms. Okay.
Right.
So
Yep.
like above the belly button type of thing. So if you have upper body strength, you can improve posture. And
Hmm.
improving posture can make you a more efficient runner, get more oxygen into the lungs. So there's
Yep.
that benefit of efficiency, O2 utilization, and just being able to transfer force from like the arm swing into the legs and vice versa. So having this kind of trunk strength is important.
Yep.
You are using your arms a lot. I mean, you're swinging your arms just as much as you're swinging your legs, but you're not bearing weight through them.
Hmm.
Having good strength and you want having some muscle will improve glycogen stores.
Okay.
So the more muscle you have, the more glycogen you can store, the more energy you can pull out of those muscles, which is good. Um, and what I like about upper body strength is that depending on what part of the running cycle, you can tap into muscle contraction and tension in your upper body to assist your hips, whether it's in the
Huh.
knee drive. So, like tension coming from my right pec through my abdominal trunk into the front of my left hip,
Hmm.
that can help drive my left hip forward, right?
Interesting. All
And
right.
in my lats, I think we might have mentioned this in one of the other segments, but my lats,
Hmm.
which everyone knows they're kind of right here, they come
Yep.
down and insert into a fascial connection in your lumbar area, and that can actually assist contraction of the glutes. So you
Okay.
got your pec that can assist hip drive in the front. You've got your lats that can assist push off and hip extension in the back. So training the
Hmm.
upper body properly to assist in those running specific moves, I think is ideal. So I think it's
Yeah.
great. Versus just sitting there doing bicep curls, the curls for the girls.
That's what I do
Um,
all day. Just curls. Boom.
look at,
I
did
mean,
you have a
come on.
license for those?
I filed for it. 2 3 week period. I'm in that
That's the waiting, yeah.
right now. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in the
good.
waiting. Yeah. So I can't unleash them here, but maybe in the future. Um,
All
so yeah, so I mean, like if I go to the gym, that's all I'm doing. Bicep curls all day, you know,
all day long?
all day. I'm cranking, I'm getting those 5 10 pounders, and I'm just cranking all day. So not the way to approach it.
Yeah, I got you. Who's that
Um,
handsome guy with the beard behind you?
oh, that's Ray. Say hey, Ray.
What's
Oh, I like that. It's
up,
good.
Ray?
Oh man,
Um,
no,
so,
that's cool.
but here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing on that. So yeah, it's not just doing bicep curls and tricep arm exercises, but whether you're doing some shoulder work or some arm work, and it's okay to do that, whether it's for vanity reasons or just to get a little more strength and muscle mass, that's all good.
Yeah.
But all of that is going to be
Mike,
if your trunk and core is weak.
Okay.
Right? So
trunk and core.
Everything we talk about, everything we talk about, whether it's arm or upper body strengthening, you need to develop great core and trunk stability, or you're just going to lose any benefit of upper body strength as a.
Okay. Is it because that is like the connection, basically?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of tapping into, like we just talked about, if I want to tap into contraction and tension from the front of my trunk to come across my body and help out the opposite hip, there needs to be a stable, solid path for it to get to. So that connection between utilizing strength in your upper body to put it into the ground and use it for force and speed as a runner has to come through here. So if without good core strength, without good trunk stability, it's worth minimal.
Gotcha. And we did a whole episode on core strength, and that's how important it is.
That's a whole episode just on it.
Just on core strength.
Yeah, and this one, so, you know, you can't talk about upper body strength with a runner without talking about trunk and core strength again. It is that important.
Yeah. So I get like a lot of, I don't know if this is just a me thing, and it could be just because of my job or whatever, where I'm like hunched over, tying people's shoes, or like I'm on the phone like all day. When we did our dry needling episode, you went boom right up here, traps. They get super tight on me. Is that common with a lot of people? And can like strengthening up here help with any of that stuff?
Loaded question, but yes, extremely common to get tension up in the neck here. A lot of people hold mental and emotional stress up in here, right?
Okay.
And we're all a little more stressed than usual these days for so many reasons. So that's part of it. But also a lot of us are, we're here, right? On our phones, you're tying sneakers, people are on the computers, on their laptops.
Drinking coffee, you know.
Holding my coffee. So everything we do is so front loaded that we tend to get a lot of tension in like the top of the pecs, neck, back of the top of the neck where the head connects in. So all those are problematic, and it's always good to be strong in those areas, but just doing like shoulder shrugs isn't going to help a tight neck. But being able to free up some of the tension and then strengthen maybe your mid-back, mid-trap muscles back in through here will be beneficial to unload here, because we tend to overuse muscles that are tight because it's like artificial energy, right? So yeah, extremely common, and it's probably some combination of working on stretching and strengthening at the same time.
Got it. And so are there like certain maybe upper body exercises aside from like core, like planks and things, that runners can implement or like bring into their strengthening routine that will help, encourage more of that connection from their, lats and pecs? Are there like exercises to do to help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So first one that comes to mind is like a standing row type of exercise.
Okay.
So, and you can use elastic bands or a cable machine. Let's see if I can stand up here. But if you picture, so I'm holding on to an elastic band that's attached out in front of me, or a cable machine, and you're just rowing, pulling by your side like this. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm strengthening muscles in my upper back, getting a little, some posterior deltoid, getting a little bicep working through here. But I'm also resisting the urge to fall forward because of the resistance that's pulling me forward. So now I'm working lower back and glutes and maintaining nice posture. By doing it properly, you're training your shoulders to kind of sit and settle on the side of your spine here versus what we talked about like this, right?
All right.
So you start with that. And then if you're proficient at a squatting exercise, just regular free squats, you can combine those two together. So again, picture me holding onto a band. I'm going to reach forward, squat down, lift up and pull. Reach forward, squat down, lift up and pull. So now I've got glutes and
Yep.
my lats and mid-back muscles all working together to really provide good stability back in there. So now you're doing an upper body strengthening exercise,
Mm-hmm.
being aware of your core and tapping into your pelvic musculature at the same time to get a lot of bang for your buck.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
when you get really proficient, then you do it on one leg with one. Ooh, we got a delay here.
Well, that sounds dangerous for me. I think it would just knock.
The one on one leg sounds dangerous?
If I were to do that. Yeah, just fall over. I think that would be, I think it'd just take a tumble.
Well,
so maybe,
start with
start with the 2 leg, and then gradually build up. Got it.
All right. I want to mention something about that. So we kind of joking around about bicep curls and doing typical arm and even like military, all good stuff, right? You want to turn it into more of a trunk stabilizing core exercise. Stand on one leg and do them all.
Yeah.
So now you're on one leg, you're building time under tension on the one leg. You have to control the position of your pelvis more when you're standing on the one leg. You have to control the position of your trunk. So now you can get in your bicep curls. You can work in your arm swings with light dumbbells, keeping good posture standing on one leg. So now you're building the upper body strength, but you're incorporating some of the more highly used, important trunk and lower body muscles.
All right, so I can still get my SEPs going.
You can still do the curls for the girls and work on your single leg stability and balance at the same time.
Nice. All right, I like it. So that exercise you did with the squat and the row, it reminded me of, so this guy came in the other day. Apparently they build water rowers around here somewhere.
Yeah.
And
in Warren, they still do.
Yeah, I think he works for them and he like sells the things. And he mentioned that something like that is super helpful for runners because it basically does what you just showed us.
Yeah. Rowing is a great.
He had mentioned that it works about, let's see, what did he say? 84% of your muscle groups get worked by that rowing action, something like that. So, so if you got like an extra, $3,000, $5,000 laying around.
Buy a rower.
Buy a rower, right?
Right, yeah. So
can I ask another question?
Cross-training exercise. Yeah, fire away. I think we got a delay or something.
So, a little bit of a delay going on, but we'll work through it. Yeah. So,
we got it.
We talked a lot about the core strength, right? Right. So let's do, what type of like back kind of things can we do? Should I be doing like some pull downs to help strengthen the back? Is that going to help me out for that trunk strength and getting that tension going?
Yeah. So if you want to keep it simple, let's keep it simple and not require a ton of equipment. The only problem with doing upper back strengthening is you need to pull, right? So like you can develop anterior upper body strength by doing push-ups. Pretty easy. You don't need any equipment, just a floor. But to pull, now you got to do something. So things like they have those pull-up bars you can put in your doorway, right? There's TRX type of suspension systems, which are great. Or if you can get some sort of cable resistance or elastic band, then that will also do like access to that. Doing some sort of lat pull down or pull up would be awesome. Some sort of row, like we just talked about, standing row here. So now you're getting pretty much your whole mid and upper back, working, obviously paying attention to your posture and your form. Then dropping down some push-ups. So now you're getting anterior, working core again. And then you can grab some light dumbbells and you can do bicep curls standing on one leg. And I would do triceps you can do a few different ways. I love an exercise called the forehead smash when you do your triceps. Um, so if you
Another
picture me
dangerous
lying,
sounding one.
yeah, I know. If you picture me lying on my back, so my
Mm-hmm.
hands would be up towards the ceiling, and you just bend your elbows so your hands come right to the side of your head
Mm-hmm.
and pushing straight up this way. So you're lying on your back, you can pay attention to your rib position to make sure your core is engaged and gives you a little stability to your shoulder. So between the pull up or pull down, the
Mm-hmm.
row, the push up, a couple of bicep curls and tricep exercises, incorporate single leg and some trunk work with all of that. That is a very efficient and effective upper body routine that runners can do.
All right, cool. I have another question from one of our listeners here.
Okay.
They said that regarding sports athletes, say like bowling or baseball, that are like unilateral,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe they want to make a transition from that sport to running. What would you consider for training regarding gaining balance, strength, and mobility again?
Ooh, that's a hard question to answer, but it's a great point. And yeah, if you've got a single-sided sport, like a throwing sport or a racket sport or bowling, you're going to have asymmetries, which you want.
Mm-hmm.
Those athletes, if they were symmetrical, they're probably not tapping into as much as they can
Yep.
because it's an asymmetrical sport. So you would just have to find what's weak and what's overdeveloped or over tight on the dominant side. And then try to balance that out with either corrective stretches or a little extra strengthening for the weaker portions. It's hard to say exactly what to do, but being aware of it and getting assessed to know where those asymmetries lie, then it's easier to kind of address how to balance that out a little bit better.
All right, cool.
I hope that made sense to the question.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You got to kind of figure it out and then work through it.
Yeah,
I think I gotta call it a day, my friend.
that was a good one.
I enjoyed that one, and I
Upper body.
I think I'm gonna start doing my steps on one leg.
Steps.
Well, two birds, one stone action, right?
One stone. Yeah. Actually, you're getting three birds with one stone.
Whoa!
Balance, hip, pelvis, and trunk stability, and guns to unleash under that tight t-shirt you got.
Come on now, three birds. All right, let's end it there. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mike, for coming on here and chatting.
Thank you for hosting, as always.
Of course. And I'll do some coffee curls in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my coffee now.